What's up, y'all? My name is Willie,
And this is Shaq,
and you're listening to Everybody's Right.
and we're just gonna get into it.
Back to somebody who had a lot to say about me in the press.
Millie, what's good? Ooh,
iPhone voice message was good.
for real.
But yeah, girl, I really appreciate that.
That's
I was like, wow,
thank
I
you.
never
I'm
thought about
so
stuff like that.
glad to hear that. I feel the same way about music. Definitely, you've helped me understand how much I don't know, and I just feel like there's too much. Like honestly, there's so many songs in the world that I'm never gonna know anything, but I do have an appreciation for music a little more, and for certain type of music, like R&B artists, and there's just so many artists who are not mainstream and well known that you've told me about that maybe I haven't dived into them as much as I want to, but I know that I will. Like Eric Bellinger, is that his name? You told me about him, I did not know about him, and he's really big, and it's I just don't know about these artists because I don't look for it. There's a lot of music. Music is one of those things you have to search for if you really want. If you want the good stuff, you got to go and find it, and it's not going to be given to you. They're not going to give it to you on your playlist unless you have something that the algorithm will understand that you like, and that's not always going to work. So I definitely can say the same thing about music for you. Just it makes me want to search for more music and understand music more, and just connect with it on another level. Also rap. I feel you really help me with rap. I love rap too. I grew up listening to rap and hip hop, but also I just grew up listening to mainstream stuff. So I feel I didn't get a chance, and you know this, I just didn't get a chance to curate my music taste as a child. I didn't start doing that until I was an adult and I could buy my own music. Because we were kids, you had LimeWire and stuff. At a certain point, that was dangerous, and it just didn't work anymore. So it's I'm only hearing music I hear on the radio, or I'm only listening to music on YouTube. I can't afford Apple Music, and I definitely don't have iTunes. I don't have an iPod. So I'm not able to I think that was a reason why. And my parents aren't buying me music. They didn't buy me music. I didn't have a CD collection. My dad had a CD collection, but even after a while, he low-key just let his CD collection go. I don't know, he just didn't really use it or anymore. I don't know. And then CDs were out of style too. You had MP3s. So people weren't really, you didn't see the man selling the bootlegs at Winn Dixie anymore outside, because everybody can just get it on the MP3 player, or everybody has streaming. Low-key, streaming took over music before it took over TV. But even streaming I was late to also, because I couldn't afford it. I remember I had Pandora, and Pandora helped me find a lot of artists that I like too when I first started. But as a kid, your music is shaped by your parents. And my parents just weren't big music people. My dad probably was more than me, but not enough to like set a fire ablaze in me. And I can tell that your dad kind of helped you with that. And even just your parents, and just buying you music because they knew that that's what you liked.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. And so hell yeah. Thank you for the compliment though. I really appreciate that. I love hearing stuff like that. I think we work well together too, just because we both have these different perspectives and we both have something to input. So I think that's why even doing this show together is interesting, and I am excited to see what other things we'll create in the future once we really lock in and get our shit together, which we're doing now when this is a part of that.
Yeah, girl, I'll be watching movies now and I'll be like, wow, I just didn't realize how much like went into this stuff, and like, girl, I'll be watching like actors on actors and just like listening to actors talk about like their art, because they are engaging in an art form.
Acting is an underrated art form. People just think like, oh, you're just pretending, and it's like it's really hard to do some of the stuff that they do. So it's like when you see a really good actor or a good actress that really just gets you into that character, like Michael B. Jordan in Sinners. Like, he is such a good actor. I was watching The Wire. Girl, he's always been a good actor. Like, he was so small in that show. But
he was so small.
He was just a little baby.
He big daddy now.
I love seeing a good actor or actress. Like, so good. I think Zendaya is a really good actress.
I was just about to say Zendaya. Good. Get out of my head.
She has like perfected her craft. She's so good at everything she does. Timothée Chalamet is a good actor too. I think he is a try hard though, but I understand why he tries as hard as he does, because he just wants to be great, and I fuck with that. I love ambition, and that's one thing you have to have if you want to be a good actress or a good actor. They don't talk about it because it comes off as cocky and stuff, but it's like, it's a dog-eat-dog world. In the theater lifestyle, like, shit gets real. But yeah, girl, you said like soundtracks for good movies. I was just thinking like The Substance has a really good soundtrack too.
I did not know there was a soundtrack for The Substance.
Well, just like, I don't know if they have like a soundtrack that they released for like streaming, but just like the music in the movie, like the score. So that's what you would call like the music in a movie. It's the score.
Now I do know that. Now that's something I've always known.
Hell yeah.
But that's because it's the music.
It's music.
Right.
The score for The Substance is really good. It's like really like, it's like electro. It's just this one song that always comes on. Ooh, they have a soundtrack? Is this a soundtrack?
Well, somebody just made it.
Somebody made it.
Look. You stabilize.
You stabilize every day.
Can you imagine somebody bumping that down the street?
It's like this song.
Imagine a world.
Yeah, every time that theme, like, that's the theme song of the movie, and like every time it plays, you kind of get that feeling. I remember.
Respect the balance.
Yeah, girl. It's that electro shit, but I love the score can really make or break a movie. And honestly, I feel like that is one of the ways that I determine if it's a good movie or not. Like, a movie that comes to mind with the soundtrack making it is, you remember that movie Project X? It was, you don't remember Project X? It was a movie. It was like, it came out right after Superbad. You know Superbad, right? Okay, so it was similar to Superbad. It was like a high school party movie. That's pretty much what it was. And they were like about to throw this big movie, or not movie. They were about to throw this big party in the movie, the characters. I don't remember the plot of the movie at all, but I remember the soundtrack. Like, the soundtrack was so good, and that really made the movie was mid. Like, the movie was okay. It was a good story, I guess. Like, you had a beginning, middle, and end. But the music, when you like, the music made it so good. And it wasn't like new music. It was music from life. Like, it was like Snoop Dogg and like party music. Like, it's just a good party soundtrack. But it came out in a time where soundtracks and movies weren't really good. It came out in like the 2010s. But yeah, and that movie comes to mind with like soundtracks, like with movies. Like, that movie had a really good soundtrack, and I think they did release a soundtrack. It had to cost. They probably spent half the budget on getting half of those songs cleared to be able to play, because they were popular songs that everybody liked. They're popular party songs. I can't think of the actual songs now, but that's what I remember. And that's when I realized, like, your movie doesn't even have to be that good. If you got good music, Because music is the easiest way to penetrate someone's emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to make you, if you can make them feel the way that your characters feel in that song with that music, then you don't even have to have good actors, because they're going to know, the audience is going to know what to feel. It's going to tell them how to feel about what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really want to make a movie this year. Like, that's one of my goals. And I think, like, I feel like you would be really helpful in, like, getting the music right
Okay.
in it. Like, the score of it. You and this guy named wanted to ask, who was an old friend of mine. He be doing his music shit. You probably would get along well. He's like this skinny white guy, but I'm sorry if you're hearing me talk about you. He's really cool. We've always been good friends. At least I think so. I just recently saw him in Publix and got his number, and I was like, we made plans to hang. We didn't make plans. I was like, oh, we need to hang out and catch up, but I never text back, so we haven't made those plans yet. But I do plan on doing that soon. But I think you and him would do like really well in scoring a movie, because he got the technical shit down, like
Mm-hmm.
he be producing.
Okay. Shout
Shout out to you. Sorry about the skinny white boy comment. You are so cool. I was about to say something else, but that would have been stupid. So that's just gonna stay in the vault. But yeah, you want to talk about our childhoods?
Yeah. I would say I had a pretty cool childhood. I definitely was like a kid, and so I had a lot of kid stuff. Like I had a lot of DVDs and like a few things on VHS before they like ultimately moved to DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like super into Bratz. I had all the Bratz stuff, dog. I had Bratz sheet set. I had a Bratz sleeping bag. I had a bunch of Bratz dolls. And then I had this like, so like the Bratz lips,
Mm-hmm.
like the actual shape of their lips and how it was like, like there was a bag that was in the shape of their lips, and it was like a parts and like clothes bag, so you could get like separate like little shoes and shirts and jeans and stuff, and all of that stuff I put like in the lip bag.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I had that. I had a Bratz cat. And it was literally, she looked just like the Bratz. She was just like a cat. And so you just press the button and she'll just start walking. And it'll be like, Bratz cat. And she'll just be walking. And she'll walk for like 10 seconds. And then that's it. And that was really the gist of the Bratz cat. So I had that. I had those heads where I used to be like beating their ass. Like if I couldn't braid their hair.
Your head still.
Yeah. What did I say? Type beat. And I had that. I had a Bratz bike, and it was like one of those cool like 70s type bags.
Out.
Girl, Bratz down. Like, girl, I loved Bratz. I had that, and then I had like, oh my gosh, I remember when I got moon shoes. Girl, I used to be outside.
See,
girl.
You're the kid that I would have been jealous of as a kid, because like you had everything. Damn, girl, you had moon shoes. I always wanted some moon shoes.
And girl, when I tell you, they was not playing on them commercials.
Were they really that fun?
So high.
Oh my god!
I used to be jumping, not actually jump over the car, but I used to jump high, like up to like the top of the car. Like that's how high I used to be jumping. But sometimes it would scare me because it would be like a little too high off the ground. Like I had moon shoes, I had Heelys, and like my mom was always like, you can't don't be running on those inside the store. And I was like, okay, but like it doesn't feel
That's
as
where
good.
you supposed to do it.
It
at.
doesn't feel as good outside on the concrete because there's
Exactly.
rocks and all kinds of stuff out there. So
And it's
like
gonna fuck up your shoes.
one time we were in Publix and I had the wheels on, but I wasn't like
You're
skating
rolling
on them, wasn't rolling around on them, right? And we were up at the checkout and she was like, oh, go back and get me something. And so I like had walked there and like once I got out of her vision, I started like sliding on them hoes. Like I was like, no, I have to feel this floor. Like this is like,
Girl, you can't have the
this is
Heelys
like,
on and not do the roll.
you know
like,
what I'm saying? Like and it felt so good because it was so smooth and like I had went back and got it and I had slid. I had like rolled all the way to the back to like go get whatever she needed and I was like, oh, that was so fun. And so I was like, let me chill by the time I get back up there, right? And then I was like, no, I'm gonna just do it like a little bit. And so like I did it like halfway and then I stopped and then I walked back and she was like, I told you not to be rolling on the Heelys. You're not supposed to be rolling on them. I was like, rats.
how you
She
knew I
caught
was
me.
rolling?
Because when I was coming around the corner after like once I stopped is when I noticed that she was looking at me. So she saw me doing it. But I was like, dang.
How you gonna buy me Heelys and expect me not to Heely? Like, come on, I'm gonna Heely. Especially in the stores, them like super soft ceramic tiles, like it's probably not ceramic, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. It just felt so good. And so like, yeah.
It's so fun.
Being a kid was like pretty cool. Like I remember they bought me like a ball pit and when for my birthday and then like my cousins, but that's the thing though, like it was fun and it was cool. And then like when my cousins would like come for my birthday, we would all like play in the ball pit. Like she would blow my mom would blow
really
it up
fun,
like out in the backyard and we would like play out there. And then my mom was like, yeah, you didn't really play with it unless other kids were there. I didn't understand why I bought it. And I'm like, well, y'all not finna jump in the ball pit with me. And why would I just go in the ball pit by myself? Like,
you know, like it's fun because it's other people.
Yeah. And I think she ended up saying that later. She was like, I don't know why I thought you were just going to get in there without anybody being there. And it's like, I knew that because I knew she wasn't just going to do all that work to blow it up. And then it's just me. Like, she just wasn't about to do that. But when my cousins were there, like, yes, we used to be going.
That's
oh
so
my
fun.
gosh.
You had a ball pit.
Yeah,
wow.
girl. It was pretty cool. I always wanted a trampoline though. My cousins, they had the trampoline. And so whenever I would go to Merritt Island for like family or like, holidays, or when I used to stay there over the summer, I used to go to their house because we all went to the same summer camp. And so
fun.
in the morning, my grandma would drop me off at my cousin's house and then she would go to work. And then on his way to work, my cousin's dad would take me and my two cousins and he would drop us off at the summer camp, right? And then sometimes when we come back, they had a pool and they had a trampoline, girl. So we'll be out there, we'll be like flip-flopping. And then we had this one cousin who was like kind of like chunky. She was always kind of like a bigger girl, but like every time she got on a trampoline, like nobody wanted to get on the trampoline with her because like everybody was scared that she was gonna like.
Oh my god, y'all were that was actually y'all being mean. That was really weird.
We were scared though because she would get on it with us. And
was
then
she that much bigger where
she
it would
was
make a
pretty
difference?
big. Like she was because she would get on the trampoline. Like we would be jumping on there and
it
just
like
be like
sink in.
It would sink so low to the ground, bro. And she'll be like, "Why is it every time I come out here, y'all don't want to get on it anymore?" We would just be like, "There's just like too many people on it. Like too many people." But we was
jumping high as fuck.
We were genuinely scared that like it was gonna break.
Yeah. Oh my god. Damn.
But we really did have so much fun as a kid.
I love that.
And I feel like I do feel grateful that I had a childhood like that because I was able to kind of like get that out. And so I think now as an adult, like I still like to have some fun now. Like I'll still go to Chuck E. Cheese. It might be a little weird, but I still might go to Chuck E. Cheese. There used to be this place like way out on the south side somewhere called Ollie Koalas.
I think you told me about this.
And it was kind of like a preteen Chuck E. Cheese.
That's fun.
And they had like a jungle gym in there. It was huge. It was way bigger than Chuck E. Cheese, but like it was like huge. And it was a koala. It was like the mascot or whatever of the place, and it was like so cool because it was like older kids, and so like tokens, like much better prices. The food was like a little better too. Even though I'm not gonna lie, like I love me some Chuck E. Cheese pizza. Like I don't know what it
Yeah.
was, but Chuck E. Cheese pizza was going crazy. But yeah, I'm just grateful for being a kid, just like innocent times. And I just remember thinking like, oh my gosh, it's going by so slow. And it's like I'm here right now, like as a full blown adult. Like,
Yeah. Ali Koala
and
still exists. I just looked it up.
I thought it permanently closed.
Uh-uh.
Does
It's
it say
at
it's
San Jose
closed?
Boulevard.
Oh, well, I'm about to go.
Let's
Shoot.
go. Hell yeah, I want to go.
Ollie Koala's backyard. Oh, it's not even showing up on my search.
Oh, maybe, I don't know. It just showed up on the search. Ali Koala's backyard. It says it's at San Jose Boulevard. That's.
Oh no, girl,
Oh,
this
it
say
says
permanently
closed. Oh,
closed.
yeah. Damn. That's so sad.
It was so fun though. Like
Yeah.
it was a great place. I don't know why they closed it, but
Damn,
it,
it
it
says 16
was
years ago, the YouTube video. That's crazy.
so fun. And yeah, I guess sometimes I miss it, but I mainly miss it because I just think about and it's like you can't avoid it, but there's just certain things you learn when you get older. It's just there's just things you understand more.
Yeah.
And
I have a theory. I mean, this isn't my theory, is that we as we get older, like we are our true selves when we are kids, like, and then we're taught the rules of the world and stuff.
mhm,
And we have like we become like who we have to be to kind of make it to survive our lives.
mhm,
And then we really start becoming ourselves again when we're teenagers, and then we do a transformation again. And I really think as we get older, especially like me, just like in my early 30s, I'm becoming who I was when I was a teenager. Not the apathetic and moody part, but just more of like accepting myself for who I am before I learned that being me was not good or not okay. I'm
mhm,
just like being alive. I don't know. And I realize as I do that more, I'm navigating back towards interests that I had when I was a kid, or just like personality traits that I had, or just like feeling just like more secure in myself. I really do think we become our teenage selves again.
mhm.
Once we let go of all the bullshit, all the baggage that we've acquired over the years to survive, which I don't think it's like unnecessary. I definitely think it's for a reason. We have to survive. We got to make it out however we can. But once you're out of the survival mode, you get to be yourself again. And
Yeah.
it's like you don't have like your parents there telling you that you got to do this and do that. Like we have to really just use our free will more as adults. Like we are not kids anymore. Truly, we make our own money. We can do anything we want to do. But still, like you're just so conditioned, especially if you were like kind of a good kid. Like I feel like I was like pretty good as a kid. And I had my moments, but just conditioned to like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that, or maybe that's wrong, or maybe I should wait, or like, why am I postponing myself? Like for certain shit, like if I want to do something that's fun, I want to do it. If I want to wake up in the morning and eat a whole cake, I'm gonna fucking do that. Maybe I won't do it every day because I don't want to like die early and because I care about myself. But like definitely got to start using our free will more. Um, but yeah, I'm so glad you had a fun childhood. That
Yeah.
sounds really fun. I will say I had a very similar childhood. Like I grew up with sisters and I also grew up with my cousins. So it was always something to do. I feel like at some point in childhood, it was always someone's birthday. And at the birthday parties, one thing about my family, they did birthday parties very well for the the little kids. Like this is like before becoming a teenager, and like birthday parties weren't as cool anymore unless you were like on My Sweet 16 or some shit. But like birthday parties as a young kid, so fun. That's where I got most of my scars from, just from playing too much. Like just like all these kids, I just remember there were so many kids always. Like we were all of my cousins, so it was like age tiers to our cousins. Like it was me, my cousin AJ, my cousin Mark, Kiera, my sister, me and my sister. So that's two of us. And then my older sister, she was a part of the like older group, and it was her. It was like 5 or 6 of them. And so it was just always kids. And then it would be like kids from other kids. Like, I don't know. It's like we were like the main group. Like we were part of like the main group. But then there would like be people that would be like adjacent groups of kids that they would like, just bring their kids because they would throw these parties. And it was just fun. My cousin, he had a trampoline. So we was always trying to be over his house, girl. Like that trampoline, like that was the shit. Like we loved that. So we would we would spend the night at his house, and we would wake up. The first thing we did before we brushed our teeth, before we did anything, we would go outside and go jump on the trampoline. And then we just we just played. Like it was just so fun. Like we would play so much, and we would get into shit. Like we those type of kids, like they would like tell us to go outside. Like they'd be like, don't come back in this house. Like if you come back in this door one more time, you staying in. And it's like, well, we don't want to stay in. So we have to stay outside. Like we basically kicked out of the house. At this point, we have to find something to do. This is the age before social media. This is before like MySpace even. Like I'm talking about kids. Like we were just kids. We would like make mud pies, girl. We would like be cooking it up in the dirt.
In the dirt, yes.
In the dirt.
Be like, dinner is served.
Dinner is served. We cooking it up in the dirt, just fucking up our clothes. Like, parents mad as shit. Like, why are you so dirty? We're having a good time. We're having a good time. We're literally trying to make mud pies here. Like, I remember we would like get get our seasonings with the different weeds and just put them in. I remember doing that.
And it's a dandelion.
You know, just like sprinkling the grass on top of it. Like, okay, so we would make mud pies. He had everything. He was the only child too. It's always the only kids that got everything. But you know, us being the cousins, we got to play with their stuff when we went over there. So he had like a basketball net, so we would play basketball. He had a pool, so it was like a blow-up pool, but they always had a pool there. So in the summers, we would do the whole flip-flop thing too, like jump off the trampoline and get into the pool. It would be like, it was just so fun, you know. And it was like certain points where it wasn't fun because it's like when you're around a bunch of kids, like it becomes no man's land at some point, especially when there's no adults there. Kids get evil, like kids get real evil. So there was a lot of fights. There was a lot of fighting, a lot of slap boxing, a lot of like, oh, now y'all gotta fight. Okay, they just fought. Now y'all two gotta fight. And it's like it was some of that. But other than that, like it was pretty fun. We would walk. It was a lot of us. I think that's what made it fun because we grew up together and it was like safe. I was the quirky one, so I was always trying to get them to do some shit with me. Like at some point we all got bikes for Christmas and we would just ride around in the neighborhood trying to find shit to do. Like it was so fun. Everybody had a bike and we would like ride in a little bike gang. You know, we would put the card in the pegs to make that little motorcycle sound. And then if somebody didn't have a bike, someone had pegs, and like you would just like either ride on their handlebars or you would ride on the back of their like on their pegs on their bike. So bikes were really fun. We had a limit, like we couldn't go past the train tracks, but we would still go past the train track sometimes and just go on adventures and just explore shit because we didn't have anything to do. We tried to make a circus once. Like we were fun kids, and I think it was mostly like me and my sisters, like just getting them to do fun stuff with us. Like we tried to make a circus once. I remember we was going around the neighborhood talking about, excuse me, man, we were trying to find some money. Like we loved going to the store. That was one of our favorite pastimes. Get some money and go walk to the corner store to buy like whatever we wanted to buy. Like we did it at least once every time we went over there. So we would, the first stop, you got to ask your parents, like, okay, can we get $1 to go to the store? But everybody needs $1, so it's literally like 5 of us. So everybody's trying to get $1, trying to get money. At some point, I don't know, this day they was not giving us no money. We were broke. We were trying to get some money. So it was like, okay, guys, we got to find a way. We got to be entrepreneurs. We got to find a way to get us some money so we could go to the store, like, and get something, at least 50 cents. So we can get something from the store. We need a little piece of candy. We need us a little, this is when Debbie cakes were 25 cents, 50 cents. Like, I need me a cosmic brownie. I need me a little honey bun or something. I need something for my fix, because we were definitely addicted to sweets. So we had this idea to like start a circus. I think we went to the circus the past, like over the weekend or something. So we're gonna go around. We got a drum. My cousin got a drum set for Christmas. We got a drum. We got our majorettes. We finna start us a circus, like, and we're gonna ask people to donate to our circus. I remember we went to this lady. We did it for a little bit. I think we got some money. Like, and this lady was like, y'all need to get out of here. She was not trying to give us some money. It was like, man, whatever. She don't see the vision. Like, she don't see the vision. We tried to start a band once because one of my other cousins got an electric guitar for Christmas. The other one got a drum set, and then I had my acoustic guitar. And so I was like, we have to start a band. Like, come on, we got to do something. This was also when Naked Brothers Band was out. Like, so I was like, yeah, let's start a band, but none of us knew how to play music. So we were just playing around. But that was fun though. Yeah. Like, it was just fun to try shit. And so that's when we would go over there. Like, even just us, me and my sister, like my twin sister, and my older sister being at home. I don't know, my older sister didn't really play with us, but me and my twin sister, we used to play a lot of games, like a lot of baby doll games when we were just at home. We would play teacher. We would play military school. I don't know, military school was my favorite game to play for some reason. It would be one sergeant, and it would tell us what to do. We had to, like, I don't know, I loved playing this game. It was like role play. It always turned into some bullshit.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Don't get me started on role play, bro. Because why would we play house?
We would play house.
And I was always the daddy. And I didn't appreciate that.
I was always the baby or something. And I wanted to be the fucking mom or the dad. Or I wanted to be somebody with authority. But I was always the baby or some shit. Like, oh my God, I almost forgot about house. Girl, that game. Now, that's where shit got a little crazy because, you know, being a kid, you're just trying to do what you see adults doing. But
real quick.
from the fear and disrespect. What the hell is this?
Dave Chappelle comedy special.
You know what?
It just came out.
It just came out? Oh my God. How did they let him do that?
It is Dave Chappelle.
It is Dave Chappelle. Yeah. The last I heard of Dave Chappelle, they were canceling him for being homophobic, but I don't think he was homophobic. He's just a comedian, and he just doesn't agree with the whole, like, policing your comedy thing. Listen, racism is funny if you know how to do it right.
Yeah.
It's funny, like, and you see it done right so much on, like, TikTok and Instagram Reels. It's like some shit is a joke because it's such a ridiculous, like, it's such a ridiculous thing. Like, you have to laugh at it. It's funny. in some regards, like that shit. Like that's kind of funny. Like what what is he talking about? It's also funny to see people squirm, like when people are uncomfortable by it. Like that's funny too. That's also very funny to me.
Yeah. You know what I'd love to do one day? We should have like an adult kid day, like an adult fun, like an roof roof shopping cart. Anyway, I think that we should have a day where we get like a bop it and maybe like and not like the I mean we could get the regular bop it, but like the bop it where it had the twisted on
Yeah,
it
hell
and
yeah.
let me go back like the bop it extreme.
Love that.
Like we should get one of those and like a few of us should just like play that. We should play bop it. We should do what other there's other games that are like similar to that. I also had a
Twister.
I also had Twister. I also had a Bratz edition bop it.
Can we be drunk?
Playing bop it.
That sounds fun to do. Like
that sounds like it's gonna be really intense. Like,
yeah, but that's the fun of games. We're not gonna break it.
Girl,
we don't have to be
drunk,
fucked up.
Bop it.
Bop it.
He ain't pulling. He out.
No, that sounds fun to me. Like, but no, I agree. I think that's just a game night, but we should definitely do that though.
I want to get that Rubik's Revolution that I was telling
You've
you
been
about
talking
too.
about that for
it.
a while.
I found it on eBay. And I want to show you. All right, y'all. So basically, Rubik's Revolution was this handheld puzzle game that I had as a kid, and it was basically a Rubik's cube, but like in like all the sides were made up, but it had buttons in the middle, and so this is what it looked like. So you see how it's the sides, it has these buttons, and these buttons on the inside were like games. So the silver side had a game, the red side had a game, the blue side had a game, etc. So I don't remember which one was which, but like let's just say the red side was like mix and match. So if you press that button, you do like a mix and match game, like kind of puzzle game with the Rubik's Cube. And then like the silver one was like a memory game. So it start with silver and yellow, and then you gotta remember that. And then you pass to the next person, and then it'll be like silver, yellow, red.
Okay, yeah.
The next person, and so on. It was a game like that. It was like some type of fill in the blank thing. It was just really cool, and I could only find it on eBay because I don't think they make them anymore. Yeah, but I'm gonna get that, and we should totally play that. Because girl, I told you I had Thanksgiving turned up with it one time. All the adults want to play my little Rubik's Revolution.
I know, that's right. That's fun. I love being the person that brings the good game to the function, especially the family function. I remember I brought Cards Against Humanity to Thanksgiving. Ooh. Like a few years ago, and every Thanksgiving my auntie's like, bring some games. Ever since she's like, bring a game. And I'm like, I mean, I only have so many games, but it was really fun to play that with my family.
Oh, so they have the games that are on here. So Lightspeed, Rapid Recharge, Pattern Panic, Cube Catcher, Code Cracker, and Multiplayer Madness. Yeah, that used to be so fun. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely, once I get a job, I'm gonna get
literally.
I'm gonna buy it. But yeah,
no, we should do that. That sounds fun. I want to like do stuff like
that.
that.
Do that on a vegetable. Yeah.
We should do it on a vegetable.
Yeah, I would love to do that on a vegetable. I think that would be even more fun.
Yeah, I think that would be more fun than being drunk.
Because that, like, now that I feel like it's gonna like we gonna be so concentrated on like.
No, that sounds super fun. We should do that if the trip makes it out of the group chat. We should do it like on vacation or something. Just like, I don't know, or we can just do it as a fun night. But that is something I think that'd be fun to do on vacation, like in another country. Damn, what was I gonna say? I wanted to say, when I was a kid, we lived on this street. We lived on a dead end street. There's only 2 other houses on this street. And after, like, we were the first house. If you came down our street, first of all, it said dead end, which was kind of creepy. I thought it was a little creepy. We were the first house, and then it was another house. And it was this old white lady, and she lived there with her adult son and her 2 adult sons. One of her sons had a daughter, and we would play with this little white girl. She was so fun. She had everything too, because like her parents were divorced, so her mom was a cop. So they would drop her off. Her mom would drop her off to stay with her dad over the weekend, and she would always come and play with us. And I remember the first day we moved in to the house, she was standing in her driveway looking at us like, about, oh my god, I got kids to play with. And she was like really fun, like loved playing with her. And I feel like she really taught us how to play. Like she was living with her dad, so she's the only child too, so she would get passed back and forth between her mom and her dad. But so when she was with her dad, though, he let her do whatever she wanted to do. Like, he was not watching her. We didn't know this at the time, but they would like be doing coke and shit, the adults. And she had an uncle named Lonnie. Lonnie was low-key the neighborhood crackhead. Like, we didn't know. We just thought he was like a little weird guy, and he'd be the one that's like, oh, if you give me like, he didn't do this, but he'd be the one they'd be like, oh, if you're giving me like $20 or $5, I'll do some handiwork for you, because he's just trying to get some money because he didn't have a job. Damn, I probably shouldn't be saying this. I'm saying their government names and stuff, but low-key, it was just, we didn't know. We were kids, so we didn't know this was like the shit that was going on. I didn't realize the way her life was like kind of fucked up at the time, because I just thought she was cool because her mom was a cop and her dad was like a firefighter or something. But they low-key was just going through a lot. Like, they're divorced. He had to move back in with his elderly mom. And not only that, but Lonnie's there and he's like drugged out. But he was fun. Lonnie was fun. They would play with us sometimes. But Alexa, she was very fun. Like, she had all the cool toys, and there was this woods. This is what I want to say. There were woods behind our house. Kind of like, it's hard to explain, but it was our 2 houses and then just forest. It was undeveloped woods. And it had a trail kind of like you would walk through, but it wasn't like something that the city kept up. So we would go and play in the woods. Like it sounds scary, but it was really, we was on our bridge to Terabithia shit. Like, I'm telling you, like, it was like there was a certain part that you could walk through that had a trail. It's kind of like walking through freaking, I don't know, have you ever been to like a nature trail? It's kind of like walking through a nature trail. It wasn't like scary where like everything was undeveloped and it was just forest and shit. There were woods like that around, but in this particular area, it was a pathway. So it had like a pathway that you can walk through and stuff. And no one was ever out there because it was a dead end. Like, no one was ever on that street. And so you would have had to, it was a lot of undeveloped land, but you would have had to like go deep into it to really find the scary shit. And we had a limit of where we could go. Like, they were like, okay, you can't go past like this tree or something. And so we would go in, we would like make forts out there. We was really on some like, it really felt like Bridge to Terabithia. Like, we would make forts. We would try to go camping. They would not let us camp out there, as they should. Yeah. As they should have. They would not let us camp out there. But we would make forts during the day. We make clubhouses. And we would like go on like adventures and walks and stuff.
That was at the girl's house?
This was,
or that was at your house?
Well, this was in our neighborhood. Okay. Because this was in the nature, the woods, the forest or whatever that was in the neighborhood. Okay. And so we would just walk through it and just have adventures and shit. Of course, not at night. And I remember once they had like lied to me that they saw a bear they were lying. Like, it was no bears out there. They were fucking lying. But they were like really trying to convince me that there was a bear. I was so scared to go. And like, mind you, we're still kids, like very, very small children, but it was really safe. Like, there was never like anyone, because it was a dead end and we didn't have like traffic coming through that street. We could just run around the neighborhood and like be in the streets and like ride our scooters and our bikes and shit. I remember one time I fell. Okay, actually, I don't want to remember that because I did some dumb shit as a kid. Oh man, I got hurt as a kid, but I feel like that just shows the fun that I had in life. But yeah, somebody should have definitely been watching me, but some of it was my fault. This one time in particular that I'm thinking of was all my fault, and I just did like a really dumb, stupid thing. So
Yeah.
it was just really fun. She was a
It's
cheer.
like maybe like a few months before like I left that job, maybe like half a year before I left that job, and he was like, "Oh, I'll be rapping, like wanted to play, like, can I play some of my music?" And I was like, "Okay." And the first thing he plays me, bro, he's on the song and he starts the song and he goes, that's what he said when I shot him in the chest." And I was like, no.
This was his music? Yikes.
Mind you, he was going on and on and on about how his daddy is so rich. Oh, I come from the suburbs, I come from blah blah blah. So it's like, you don't know nothing about a nigga saying because you shot him in the chest, so why is you rapping about that?
I think that's so lame to brag about how much money your parents have, especially if you're not a kid. Like, that's loser activity to me. Like, but I digress. It's also really embarrassing, I think, to listen to people's music. Like, I don't know. Like, it's always like it's hit or miss. It's always like, this is either going to be really good. I'm going to be like, oh my God, you're so good. Or it's going to be really bad. And it's just like,
oh my God, this is so bad.
I never tell people that their music is bad, though. I feel like music is one of those art styles that is really personal to make. And so if somebody's like excited to show me some music that they made and I think it's bad, I'm going to be like, okay, well, that's something. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is really bad. Like, you should never do music again because that can crush people's dreams. I'm just not the person that's gonna say that. Like, maybe they do need to hear that. Maybe somebody.
But it
needs
won't
to tell
come
them.
from you.
It just won't come from me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not Simon from American Idol.
And he goes, that was absolutely atrocious. You shouldn't, anytime a microphone comes near your mouth, you should kill yourself first before you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, all right, relax. I feel like if you ask me and I don't like it, because I feel like me not liking your stuff is like one thing, but there's also like sometimes it really is just like not good. And if you ask me that, I'm gonna tell you. Like, I'm gonna be like, hey, you need to do, you don't even else. Yeah, like, and not even like, if you really want to do the music, like, you should, but like, I in my findings, 9 times out of 10, when people are making stuff, it's like what can make it bad can be just like the way that it sounds. Maybe it's like production, or the vocals, or even like the rapping, the singing, whatever the case, or the actual music. And then other times it's just not good because of like what you're doing. Like, what you're doing is just like not good. Like, I can tell you just trying to get in there and just make something, and I'm gonna be like, nah, like, be intentional. Just be a little bit more intentional. I don't like when people just get in the studio and just be playing around and not having fun. Like, oh, we just had some fun and made a song, like, the Bootylicious era. Like, they went into the studio and made that song just for like shits and giggles. Like they weren't expecting it to
Love
be
that.
like a thing. That was just a silly little song that they did that ended up being like a hit song.
Yeah.
But even with like the silliness, there was still like intention behind that silliness to make something good, to make something with a groove. I mean, you're not doing anything with like like that if you're like without having some type of like artistic craftsman thing like behind it, which is what I can appreciate. Like, you know, like Bootylicious is in the dictionary now because of that song. You know, like it wasn't even like a real word. So that's, first of all, that's iconic.
Yeah, very much so.
So honestly, for me, I just feel like if I can hear something like intentional, but it's just like not my taste, and that's one thing. But I can tell when somebody is just doing whatever, like you just trying to be in there and do whatever. I don't like that. And I'm gonna be like, no, this sucks. Like, for example, like gorgeous, you know, and I think she's kind of funny too. The music sucks. Like she cannot rap. And that's not even like a thing of like taste. Like she just cannot rap. And she was talking about like, oh, people just not listening to my music because I'm light skinned and there's colorism in because like I'm light skinned. And girl, everybody was flaming her. Everybody was like,
I remember that. That was like a few years ago, right? That was like either after or during the pandemic.
That was recently. That's within recent? Like the last year. Yeah. The other person who had said something like that was that years ago. Like, no, your music is just not good. Like, it's not good. Like, improve. Like, you want to do this, and that's fine. Everybody starts somewhere. You're not gonna have the best thing.
Yeah.
Off rip. Like, you're gonna have to make something a little ugly. You know, you're gonna have to get in there and like push through the ugly parts to like find that. You got to go through that to get after it, which is fine. But to just be kind of content in what you're doing, and then, you know, it's not getting the reception that you would like, and then you blaming it on all this other superficial stuff that nobody cares about. Like, nobody supports your music because you light skin. Beyonce, Rihanna,
so many light skins
that are just really light skinning it up.
Light skins are actually killing it. Like
Drake.
It's the dark skinned girlies that have to work hard for it. They got to do everything.
Like, please miss me with that. Like, it's just not good, and that's okay.
Yeah, and I agree. Yeah, I'm just not gonna tell you. Like, maybe I'll tell you if you're literally looking for criticism. But me, I think I've found that I am a natural critic. Like, and especially when it comes to art, like I am analyzing your art. Like, I might not be telling you, but I'm analyzing it from a critical perspective, not from a I think this is bad. I mean, we're gonna start at bad and work our way to good, but from a okay, this is art. This is like, I don't know. I just feel like it has like it's kind of like a sense. Like, it's almost like an aura that comes from certain type of art. And I'm pretty sure it's not like magical, mystical. It's more of a science behind it. I just don't know the inner mechanisms of how that works. And I think I've learned about how to criticize and analyze, how to analyze art. And I feel like I can apply that to different types of art. So I've learned it like with art history, because you literally have to. But then I try to like apply that to other types of art too, like writing and movies and music. And it's like, I don't listen to enough music, and I've never heard a Sweetie song. Like, ask me to name a song of hers, I can't do it. I honestly get her and Lotto mixed up because they're both like to me, they're just like the pretty light skinned rappers. Like, I really do get them mixed up all the time. Like, if you put a picture of both of them next to each other, I could not tell them apart. And that's just because I don't listen to their music enough, and I don't like follow them. But what was I gonna say? I was gonna respond to something you said. Like, oh yeah, well, just finishing my thought. I feel like I me, like how my brain works, I'm going to analyze your art and I'm going to think to myself, this is good, this is bad. I won't say it out loud because that's not what people want to hear from me. I feel like when people show me their art or their music and stuff, they don't want to know if I think it's good or bad. They just want to show me their stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, thank you for, trusting me and being vulnerable enough to show me that art because I want to be a person that people will show art to. I want to see what people are making, even if it's bad. Like I feel like bad art should be made. There's a place for bad art, for sure. Like there's a place for bad music, and the music that we all like, people thought was bad 100 years ago. Like they will listen to it and they would think this is noise. And the same thing for us. We'll listen to music that was made 100 years ago and we'll think, how did people get jiggy to this? Like where's the beat? So I don't know. I just feel like that's what I've learned because I feel like I had at a certain point in my life or young adulthood, and I was at a place where people would show me art, and we're like, art was the thing. Like everybody was making their music, people was making whatever. I don't think I got good reception when I said, I don't think this is good, or this is how I think you could improve on this. Like, I just don't think it's what people want to hear from me. And if they ask me, I'll give it to them. But other than that, I'm going to be like, oh, okay. Like, wow, this is really nice. Like, thank you for showing me. And we're going to move past it. We're going to move past it. If it's good, I'm going to let you know it's good, though. I'm going to be like, yo, I was just thinking about that song you showed me yesterday, and you are really good. I have to tell you again because I'm not joking. I wasn't just saying that. And I will definitely do that, but it'll never be the opposite. I'll never be like, I told you that song was really good, but really, I hated it and it sounded like trash. Like I'll never do that. But I think you being like I feel like you're better at music than me. So sometimes I don't know. I know there's a science to making a good song, truly, but I like what I like. Like sometimes I like bad songs and I'm gonna like them, and it's just because they resonate with me, and even if they're a bad song. So I feel like it's personal too. So yeah.
I think that's fair. Like with it being personal, because like you can really pick up on like who people are based off of their music taste. Like for real.
I hate that and I love it, but it's like I hate that if I play my music, people will understand me a little more, and it's like I don't want you to know me. Like I want to be a mystery. Like that's why I don't play my music for people that I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't play my music. I know songs that are good. If I'm in a crowd, I got a playlist for you. I got some songs I can play. Great, but like my songs that I really love, that I've loved for years, and I'm jamming to them like still after 10 years or 20 years or since childhood, I really gotta fuck with you to play that playlist because I just don't want to be known. I don't want to be known by just anybody. I don't want to just like anybody off the street to know like me from my music.
They'd be like, yeah, she was playing Evanescence, so I already know she used to cut herself in middle school.
But no, like
I'm glad. Can you believe that was like a thing?
It's still a thing, girl. People still be doing it. It's not as cool anymore. But
I remember one time in 9th grade, I was friends with these two girls, and like I had came in. I was just telling Redacted about this the other day because he knows who they are, and I was like, yeah, you know, I told you about how old girl used to be doing that. I told you that time, and he was like, yeah, didn't you say you went to the freshman building one time and it was like mad dramatic before first period? And I said, bruh, I walked in there, and then she was just standing there like this, and then the other friend was standing next to her, and she was like kind of sad, and I was like, what's wrong? And she was like, tell her, show her. And so the friend had like she pulled like her sleeve bag. First of all,
oh my god, this is a Degrassi episode.
First of all, it wasn't even no big ones because I've like seen that.
Yeah,
it was like little small ones, like a cat scratched her or something. And she was like, I just feel like She said something crazy like, "Oh, I just feel like it wasn't. I feel like I deserve this, but it was something along those lines. That's just like not what she said." And then the other friend had just started crying, bro. Like she was like, "And I just don't understand. I just don't understand what she be doing this to herself. And I'm telling her she don't need to do that, bro. And it's pissing me off because you don't need to be doing that." And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go upstairs and hang out with my other friends because this is just like a little bit
This
too
is a
much.
lot.
It's 7:35 in the morning.
Oh,
I just cannot. I can't deal with this.
Oh
Like
my
I truly
God,
just
that
cannot
is-
deal with this.
that's so high school.
And then I
like-
found out what it was for, and I was like, girl, for real. It reminded me of when Tyler was talking about one of his friends. Because the friend was like on drugs, like doing some crazy stuff, like on drugs. And then he said he found out why he was doing that. And he was like, "Are you fucking serious? Like, that's why you doing all these drugs? Like, bro, like, get out of my face."
Honestly,
And that is how I felt in that moment.
I get that.
But she's doing super well now. Like, she is like that girl.
I love
And she
that
kind
for
of
her.
always been that girl. But she is doing great.
I love that for her. Yeah, I'm glad she kind of got over that. But that moment is so high school. That's such a ninth grade moment to have because it's like everything is so dramatic when you're like that age. Like it feels
end of the
that
world.
dramatic sometimes. I remember I had. Well, I don't want to go to a different story yet because I want to address this story. It's like so Degrassi episode. Like I'm just thinking of Ellie in the bathroom with her little emo punk rock style and just cutting. What was she cutting for?
I forgot.
I probably can't say that on this if we're trying to put this on YouTube. But I think it was like her dad, right? Wasn't he abusive or he was?
Yeah,
it was
he was like
something
an
with her
alcoholic.
dad.
And she
And he
started
was-
drinking too.
She did start drinking, and so did Craig.
It's
and,
because
they
of
was
Craig.
doing
I hated Craig. Craig was the devil.
Craig and her were the like most toxic. I cannot believe. I don't know what she saw in Craig. Like
I think I personally like Ashley. And I'm never getting off of Ashley neck. Wasn't that her name?
Ashley, who had cut her hair.
She
and
was
started
dating
hanging
Jimmy.
out. She was dating Jimmy,
Yes.
but then like he dumped her,
Yeah.
and because
Well,
she kissed Sean, she made out with Sean. She did ecstasy at that party.
At the party, yeah.
And she showed her ass, and then Jimmy dumped her, and she became emo.
And he was like, "What did you, bro? What he said, bro? He was like, oh, why did you?" She was like, she was gonna break up with him, but it was his birthday party. And I think that's the party that she did X at. And he was like, "So what? You didn't want to break up with me because it's my party? What is that, my birthday present?" And she was like, "Jimmy." And he was like, "No, forget it. Just break up."
Oh, Drake! Oh my god. That's crazy. I love Degrassi. That's my shit.
Such a good show.
I
I'll watch that today.
Honestly, yeah. I went through a lot with those characters. I really watched them grow up, and I grew up with the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. Damn, what were we talking about? Ashley became emo.
Yeah.
That was just the thing to do back then, like, is to be emo. Like, I feel like it was cool. If it's low-key cool now, but emo has changed. Like, it's not like when we were young, it was like post-punk or pop-punk. It was really white. Like, it was a really white thing to do. If you was black and you was putting your eyeliner on and wearing your skulls and your scene hairdo, they was calling you white. They was they was getting on your ass.
Yeah.
And I've definitely been there, but I don't know. I had to be myself. You know, I had to explore my wide range of personalities. Now I think it's more mainstream and it's very integrated with hip hop. Like NBA Youngboy and fucking Rod Wave are emo. Like, I'm sorry. It really is.
so sad. Just sad boy music.
It's sad boy music, but it has this like violent edge to it also. So it reminds me of like I can see the hints of how our emo and scene era influenced this era, but now it's just like it's not uncool anymore. Like it's cool again, you know, but it's like, you know, you gotta like, you kind of have to mask it behind like this tough, like, thing. Like you gotta be tough or whatever. And I just think it's because times are really hard right now, especially for little kids. I think this is how they're expressing their concern about the world that they don't know anything about yet, but they know that it's like not welcoming to them. I think Rod Wave is so like, it's so emo. Like I don't know, it really is. It's so emo. NBA YoungBoy, he got those songs. He be like, it's just like he be saying some sad shit, you know, like about how hard his life is and what all he got to do to like whatever. That's real. It gives me real emo vibes. I'm sorry, like it really does. And a lot of like cool rap is like that right now, or that genre of rap feels very emo to me. But it's like, it's missing the fashion. I think I feel like the fashion that we had with our like sad girl, sad boy shit was cooler. I think it was more fun, and it gave people a way to like understand you a little bit better. But also I think like kids are wearing more uniforms now too. So we didn't have uniforms during our school era, at least not most of it. I know I wore uniform in elementary school, but middle school, high school, we weren't wearing uniforms. So we could express ourselves with fashion a little bit easier. We didn't have to worry about uniform. But yeah, that's how I feel. I really do think that I'm gonna develop this theory over time. Just like being around a teenager, I'm just like seeing it. Like it's very like in NLE Chopper, it's very like, it's very punk to me. It's very punk. Like his music, it's punk. That's what it is. Like that's the word I'm looking for. It's like punk rap. Like not punk, like like not that.
No,
but
it's
like,
just you saying NLE Chopper.
NLE Chopper. I gotta NLE Chopper.
Remember when you were like
nigger. Nigger stars.
Well, that was what I was thinking of, but like,
I'm gonna bleep that out.
Redacted.
Redacted.
No, you said something when Ephraim was here.
I said fire.
Yeah, he was like, you were like, Moncrief got that fire.
Moncrief got that. Oh.
And he was like, it's fire. Like,
it's fine. It is fine. It is fine.
But sometimes I be
Moncrief
feeling weird
that
saying
vibe.
that because like I just don't talk like that. Like
and
I mean,
that's
sometimes
like,
I do.
you gotta. Though sometimes it's hard to know. Like that's that.
Because I know I sound crazy saying it because I want to say fire
fire.
because that is what you saying. Like
it's fire. It's like, it depends on who I'm talking to. Like sometimes the code switching don't always work. Sometimes it don't always work.
Because they know they can tell that like
it's like certain things that you say that'll give you away real quick, and that's one of those words that'll give you away.
What the hell you doing, brah? And it's just like, no, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's fire. It is fire. But I don't feel right saying fire sometimes. Even though I'll say it if I have to. I'm like, damn, that shit's fire. No, I'm not. I just don't. I don't think I'm
weird.
I'm not right saying it. Even though I understand the people who do sound right saying it, you know.
I wish I sounded right saying it. I say it all the time.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say fire. Because that's how I talk.
I wanted to, you mentioned something earlier about the music thing. And you said that you, right. No, exactly.
Rewind.
Me, you say you feel like I'm better at music than you.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to say too, like, I have so much more of an appreciation for like film now, like being your friend, because like, I don't think because I've told you this before, like, and I know we have like an opposite thing on that, which like, whatever. But like, for me, like, committing to a movie has just like always been hard for me, because it's like it's at most 2.5 hours or something, and it's like, and then it's like that's all I get, and it's like I would just rather commit to a series. Like I could watch it, I can binge it. There's so many ways that it could go. I could watch a series for years. You know what I mean? Like a movie, unless they're doing one, twos, threes, fours, and fives, which like after a while, it's not much more than you could keep giving to that unless you're gonna make a show. But it's like for a while, I just like wasn't really like committed to watching the movies. But I think I also didn't understand kind of like the artistry of like film, and like you really helped me like really like appreciate that more. So like
Oh my
now
God,
when
that
I'm
means so
watching
much to me.
movies, I'll be watching movies and I'll be picking up on stuff, and then it's like I can like take notes of like this shot and this scene, and then like the characters, and like what I would assume what would happen later, which is like that's completely like opened and broadened my horizons on like watching movies. So like you be knowing what you talk about, and I
Oh my
appreciate it. So like
God, thank
you got your
you.
thing and I got my thing, and we
And
can like
everybody just has their
meet
thing.
in the middle with that,
I love that.
because there's even if it's not the same thing, there's still like a depth that resonates between us
I agree.
with the things that like I really appreciate that. Because now when I watch movies, I just be like, oh my gosh, like I would have never like I would have like I never used to think about it like that, like at all. I just used to be like, okay, like for the movie, like play me an album, like play me the soundtrack. I want the soundtrack, because that was back when they was doing really good soundtracks for like movies and TV
Yeah.
shows. Like they don't really do that much anymore, which is why I appreciate the Sinner soundtrack, because it's music
That is
from
really
the
good.
movie, like the actual songs from the movie, and like some of the songs on that soundtrack are like written directly from the movie, so you can hear certain dialogue in it too that's like
Yeah.
from the
Oh,
movie, which is like really cool.
I love
And then they
that.
have like a few things on there that are like separate songs and like from like different artists. Like I think Rod Wave has a song on that soundtrack, and then Haley Steinfeld has a song on that soundtrack because she also sings. And yeah, it's just like, yeah, I appreciate that, because like now I'm like, wow, I can literally